What's going on, you guys? Indiana Harley guy. I'm back at you with another video this week, and this week today's episode is brought to you by Eagle Lights. Alright, like I said, today's episode is brought to you by Eagle Lights. If you're interested in any of their products, I will have an affiliate link listed down in the description below. All you have to do is click on that link. It'll take you to their website. If you use that link and you order anything off their website, no matter what it is, you will get 15% off your entire order. Helps you save a little bit of money, helps you ride a little bit safer by being able to be seen, and helps you look cooler, in my opinion. Wink, wink. But it also helps out the channel. So, I'll have an affiliate link down below at eaglelights.com. I will also have a coupon code you can use upon checkout and receive 15% off of your order if you decide to go that route as well. Today, we're going to be talking about the LED halo insert vent lights. And I actually filmed a video on this, a complete install video. I don't know why, for some reason, my laptop completely crapped out, and I was also having issues with my camera. None of that footage ended up being usable. So I do want to apologize for Eagle Lights on that one. I am going to show you briefly how I installed everything. I'm not going to take everything apart and actually put it back together because I just don't have time. I've got a lot going on over the next week or two. But I will go over the basic install on how to do it. I'll tell you right now, it's an easy job, but the biggest pain in the butt is going to be putting your fairing on your Road Glide back on. Now, these lights fit 2015 to 2023 Harley Davidson Road Glides. All right, so these are the lights right here. They do look good in there. I will say that. So these act as running lights slash turn signals, and they do add an extra little bit of lighting off to the side of the bike there a little bit as you're riding at night, so it helps you see a little bit better. So the first thing you're going to do in order to do this, you got to take your windshield off. Bolt here, or I'm sorry, a screw here, 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 and here. So once you get those off, your windshield will pop off. This little dash that's right underneath the windshield will pop up. It's just held in by clips. And from there, you have your turn signal connections that run down the inside of your fairing to your turn signals right here. All you do is disconnect that. There'll be one on each side, one there, and one here. Once you get that off, you want to take these two bolts, or these two screws right here, and put them back in. That way when you disconnect the rest of your fairing, it doesn't fall down and hit the ground or your fender and mess up your paint or your fairing or anything like that. All right, so the next little piece of business you got going on, you got to pop your speaker covers out right here, and there will be a bolt, I believe it's a T25 behind here you have to undo. And then you'll come down here and there's two bolts holding this little wind deflector on. You just need to remove the bottom one. And there is also a bolt right here holding your headlight or your turn signal housing on. You will need to do all these bolts on both sides in order to get the fairing to come off. All right, and once you have those bolts undone, the only thing you're going to have left holding the fairing on is this screw right here and this screw right here. So once you get that done, you'll just kind of lean up against the fairing like this, unscrew these bolts the rest of the way out, and your fairing will slide off. I will say this, if you have a second person when you're coming to put this fairing back on, it really helps. It took me about an hour to get this fairing lined up properly in order to get it back on. Because of that, the whole job took about an hour and 45 minutes. So if it hadn't been for that, it'd only been about a 45-minute job. So it wasn't too bad. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to size these up. So you're going to kind of fit them in, dry fit them in there. Don't bolt them in or anything like that, and see where they lie. But before you do that, you need some green painter's tape or blue painter's tape or something like that, because you do need a drill into that headlight housing in order for these to get put on. So you'll cover the headlight housing inside there with green painter's tape. Put these on, dry fit them where you need them. Take a little Sharpie and mark in there where you're going to drill. Once you get that done, 5/16 drill bit, drill there and one there. That's the only thing that holds these lights on. And take your tape off. It comes with two little rubber grommets that these screws screw into. You'll just plug them in those holes, line it back up, screw these in, and you're done. And you will do the same for both sides right there. All right, once you get that all done, you get these mounted up, you're gonna route the wires up through the inside of the fairing up to right here, and where those connections are that we had the turn signal connections that we unplugged, you're going to plug those connections into there. And these will only fit one way. You want them with the wires are coming out of the top on each one, and you want them on each side to where the wires are coming from the top, because the wires just kind of connect right back behind here and they run up through the fairing. So you'll connect right here. You connect right here before you button everything back up. Flip the bike on to make sure that everything's working properly. Your hazards, your turn signals, your running lights, all that. All right, and once you get that all done, you'll just put the fairing back on in the same orientation that you took it off. But one thing you do want to do when you install these lights, since they are turn signals, or any aftermarket turn signals for that matter, at least I had to do this, you'll notice that whenever you turn your turn signals on, it'll be flashing really fast on the dash, and sometimes your multiple turn signals won't be flashing in unison. In order to remedy this problem, all you do is turn the ignition on. Don't start the bike, just have the ignition in the on position. Flip your hazards on, let them run for about 5 to 6 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but 5 to 6 minutes usually work for me. And let that run. When you get about 5 or 6 minutes of them running, you will turn your hazards off, shut the bike off, and when you turn the bike back on, everything should be synced up and everything should be flashing in unison. All right, so here are the lights installed. They do look good in there. It kind of gives it a little rounder look, in my opinion. I like it. They do look good with those Eagle Light halo turn signals right there. But let's go ahead and flip these hazards on so we can see how they look. Alright, and those are the hazards. They are definitely looking good in there. And I also added some other lights. They're not Eagle lights. I got these from Custom Dynamics because I really like the way they look, and I got them on sale. But I do have some filler panel lights. They do look good in there, I think. I know it's a little bit short, and again, I apologize for Eagle lights the way this video turned out. It was just faulty equipment on my part, but I do have a new laptop that's all set up and ready to go. I do have a new camera that I'm filming with right now. I have an Insta360 Ace. So far, the couple little test videos that I've done on it, it's way better quality than my GoPro Hero 8. So shouldn't be having any more issues, I should say. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and hop on the bike, and we'll do our first riding vlog with this new camera. All right, so a little bit about these lights. As I said, they were pretty easy to install. The biggest pain in the butt was definitely the getting the fairing back on. That took me about close to an hour. So the whole job took me about an hour and 45 minutes, maybe just under 2 hours to do, and most of that was getting the fairing back on. So if you have a second set of hands to help you do that, it'll probably make it a little bit easier, because I did it by myself. Again, I will have links in the description to Eagle Lights. If you use the affiliate link I have below, it'll be down there in the description. You will get 15% off of your entire order, no matter what you order, on their entire website. But now on to some things that I got coming up this year. So in June, I am going to be going down along with a couple other people. We are riding our motorcycles down to Tennessee. We got a cabin just outside Tellico Plains, and one thing that we are going to be doing is riding some of the beautiful parts of the Appalachian Mountains. One thing I do not know, though, if we're going to be able to do is hit Tail of the Dragon, and that is only because I just found out the other day that the Dragon is going to be under construction during the time that we are there. I mean, hopefully it'll be wrapped up by then. They are repaving the whole thing, I guess, and so I don't know if it's even going to be open to ride while we're there. But if it is, we are going to ride it. But if not, you know, obviously we're not going to be able to do that. So, and that really sucks, because that's one of the bucket list things that I was wanting to do. So definitely going to be doing that at some point in time if we don't do that while we are in Tennessee this go around. So we are definitely going to be riding Cheryl Hollow Skyway. We're going to be going to Lookout Mountain down in northern Georgia. possibly hitting up Gatlinburg. I think the old lady wants to go to Gatlinburg to hit up a couple stores maybe. And whatever other kind of mountain roads we could find and get ourselves into, that's the adventures we're going to be taking. Because that's what we're all here to do, right? We're all out here to have adventures and have fun on two wheels and experience God's beautiful creation that is the United States on motorcycles. Alright, so some of the other things we are doing later on this year. I know in October, I'm not sure who all's going on this trip. I know 100% I am. I'm going to be riding from here in southern Indiana all the way down to Tampa, Florida for the Forgotten Angels camp out. It'll be my first Forgotten Angels camp out. I've never been to one before. I was trying to go to the one last month, but unfortunately it wasn't in the cards for me to go to that one. But I am going to the one in October. That is 100% set in stone. Like I said, I don't know if the old lady's coming. Might have my cousin on the Road King. He might be going down with me. I'm not 100% sure if they're going yet or not, but I know that old Indiana Harley guy is going to make his Hoosier redneck ass presence known down in Tampa for the camp out this year. So in case you don't know what Forgotten Angels is, they are a charity. Basically they help to end the cycle of abuse in the foster care system. So a lot of these kids that grow up in foster care, they can't rely on their birth parents for whatever reason, because they either passed away or they treated them like crap their entire lives, physically, mentally, and sexually abused. So the foster care system takes them in. A lot of these foster care homes, not all of them, but probably more than you think, they basically treat these kids like a bank account, because they could put up to 4 kids in one room. The only thing they have to provide is a roof over their head and heat. That's it. They don't have to provide anything else. And so they'll put 4 or 5 kids in one room, get $1,000 to $1,500 per kid every month. You do the math on that one. And then once they turn 18, they basically give them a swift kick in the ass and say, all right, your time with us is done. Best of luck on your future endeavors. And they get kicked out on the street. They turn to lives of crime. They turn to drugs. They become homeless. So it is just an absolute horrible situation that these kids get into before they even have their first chance to fail, much less their first chance to succeed, because they don't know any better. They were treated like crap and cash cows their entire lives. So they go out, they survive the only way they know how, and most of the time that's not in the most satisfactory type of way. But what Forgotten Angels does is they step in whenever these kids get kicked out of the foster care system, and they basically take them on their property. They build them their own tiny homes. They help them learn how to manage money. They help them learn how to drive cars. They help them learn how to ride motorcycles. They get them jobs. They help build their credit. They set these kids up 100% for nothing but absolute success in life. And one of the biggest things that I love about this organization is you got other organizations that whatever you donate $1, maybe half of that, if you're lucky, actually goes to the cause you're donating to, because it has branches that money will hit on the way down, administrative fees and lawyer fees and all that other kind of stuff. Forgotten Angels is not like that. Every single dollar you donate, or every dollar of every raffle ticket that you buy, none of that goes to Dave and Cindy, the people who run Forgotten Angels. None of that goes to paying Peter, and none of that goes to pay Paul, none of it goes to pay Karen, none of it goes to pay anything. 100% of every dollar made through donations, through raffles, through whatever, goes right back into helping these kids. They do not take a profit in any way, shape, or form off this. All of the motorcycles that they raffle off, all of the
vehicles they raffle off, all those type of things that they raffle off, they either get donated to them or they pay for all that stuff out of their own pockets. It does not come out of Forgotten Angels pockets. And I think that is a hell of a way to conduct business when it comes to these kids, because it gives them the best possible fighting chance. All right, I'm pulling in here to Lake Celinda and over near Salem, Indiana. I'm either going to go here, depending on how many people's here, or I might ride the other 10-15 miles over to Elk Creek Lake, and I want to get some good B-roll footage for a new intro/outro video that I want to film with this new camera. But it's a beautiful day. It's a little chillier than what it has been. Mother Nature kind of teased us all last week with 75 and 80 degree weather all week. And so it's a little chillier today. I don't even think it's going to hit 60 degrees today, which sucks, because that was kind of nice having those type of days. It's beautiful today, don't get me wrong. It's just a little colder than I'd like it to be, because I'm a wuss and I don't like cold weather. Alright, I'm here at Lake Celinda. Just got done shooting some B-roll footage for a new intro/outro video. I think it's going to be a lot better than my previous. As you can see, you got the old Darth Vader Road Glide sitting right there. She's doing great. The lights are performing great. Thanks again, Keith over at Eagle Lights, for sending those lights my way to review. Again, I do apologize for my malfunctioning equipment. I do have that remedied now. I have a much better laptop already set up and in place, and I have a brand new camera that is so far doing way better than my other GoPro was ever doing. So I'll have a link for Eagle Lights down in the description. If you use that link and buy any of their products, you get 15% off your entire order. I have a coupon code as well that you can use at checkout, and it will also get you 50% off your order. Indiana Harley Guy, all caps. And so that's going to be it for today's video. I do apologize for not getting a video out this past Wednesday. I was going to start uploading every Wednesday and Sunday, but due to my malfunctioning equipment, obviously that couldn't happen. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Be sure to hit that like button, click that subscribe button, and as always, ride safe. Have a good one, y'all.